My biggest musical influence, I guess, was probably my brother growing up, and he wasn't a singer or a musician or anything. He was just a guy that just loved music, and from the time I can remember, I mean, he was in his bedroom listening to whatever record he was into at the time as loud as he possibly could. It was shaking the house. My dad would come beat on his door and, you know, turn that down. And so that was probably the guy that introduced me to more music than, at the time, probably the most important music of my life, because he was listening to a lot of country and a lot of Southern rock, and I guess that's probably what planted the seed early on for me. Whoever he was listening to, that's what I listened to because it was so loud. I always had the dream, as far back as I can remember, you know, being interested in music. I dreamed of being able to do that, not just be a fan of it, and didn't know how to go about it. But you know, I always had visions of myself being on stage, or I just like any kid singing in my bedroom with a fork or something. You know what I mean? But I would say by the time I was 16 years old, I'd pretty much decided I was at least going to try this. I knew that I didn't think I would make it through college. I barely made it through high school because of music, because it was such a distraction for me, honestly. It was really the one thing that I was passionate about, that I wouldn't take no for an answer when it came to music. And so I moved to Nashville when I was 17 years old, 2 weeks out of high school. For me to think about, you know, young people out there who are discovering, you know, whatever their music is, and the fact that I may be in that mix, you know, when they turn on the radio and they like one of my songs, and to have that kind of impact on a young person is exciting to me, you know, whether, you know, besides if they want to be an artist or not when they get older, when they have a chance to be, just to have an impact on their life, even in a small way. That's exciting to me, and that's why it's exciting. That's why it's so exciting to be a coach on The Voice, because it's just another way to help, maybe not influence. I don't really want to influence artists as a coach on this show. I just want to help them be the best version of themselves they can be when it comes to performing. I don't know if I inspire people, or you know, what my place is in the world when it comes to music or television, but I hope that people out there can see how much I genuinely love this job, and how much I genuinely love country music and all kinds of music. I hope that comes across, and if it does, then I'm a terrible actor, and it's because it truly is how I feel. I love this. I love this opportunity. It's so competitive. I mean, you know, Alicia has finally figured out, if you're going to make it on this show, if you're going to reach your goal of winning this show, you got to take the gloves off, and you got to start fighting back. And she figured that out last season when she saw Adam and I jump in there, even Miley a little bit, and it gets pretty rough sometimes. I mean, things are said that you go, whoa, I can't believe you just said that. But that's The Voice. It's a competition. This isn't time to be making friends. This is time to be building your team up as best you can. That's our job. And so Alicia came out swinging this year, at least at Adam and I, and Gwen did too. You know, this is Gwen's third season as a coach on this show. She knows what it takes to win. She's seen it happen. She's been close. She had the winner on her team her first season, and I was lucky enough to steal that artist from her and go on to win the show. And so she's had a little bit of a taste of it, and I think she's also got a score to settle with me and with all the coaches, honestly. It's amazing. These little, you know, quick alliances happen with the coaches when, you know, we're afraid to see a specific artist go to a specific coach because it's too good of a combination. And so if you can get in there and derail a coach when they're about to get an artist that you know it's going to be a magical combination for them, then that's good. That's what you try to do sometimes. So if an incredible reggae ska singer is about to go to Gwen's team, I can see it happening. But Adam has also pushed his button. I'll get in there and fight to try to help Adam all I can to keep that artist from getting on Gwen's team. I don't want to lose. I want to win this show. Make no mistake, we're all here to win this thing. The actual concept of this show, I think, is why it's still so popular, because you remove the politics and the shallowness of the music industry with one step, a blind audition. We don't see them, we don't know anything about them, and it doesn't matter. All we know is what we hear, and it's either an incredible singer that we hit our button for. We make the decision that we want them before we ever see them or know one thing about them. That's pretty exciting when it comes to music, because it starts from the right place. I only have one goal when it comes to this show, and that's to win with an artist. I mean, because not only will I get to brag to the other coaches that I won, but also made a promise to these people when they get on my team that I'll do everything I can to get them to that winner's circle, and that means at least one person I was able to keep my promise to. And I've been able to do it a few times in the past, and it just feels so good whenever you have that moment up on the stage and the confetti's falling down and people are cheering, when you can say to that person in their ear, man, I told you, I knew you could do this. That's pretty exciting. I think some of my favorite memories here at the show are, besides, the obvious things that people see on television, are the things that happen behind the scenes, the coach interaction in between commercial breaks, the moments when you get to work with a mentor one-on-one like Cher or Bette Midler or whoever it may have been, Michael Bublé. Some of these people that, I'm a country singer. I expect to get to hang out with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill every now and then. We're in the same industry together, but to be able to hang out with some of these other artists that I never thought I'd even have the chance to shake their hand, much less sit in a room and work with them and get to know them for a little while, that's pretty amazing.